Good evening, everyone. It's Saturday, July 11, 2020. Look at day 20, vlog number 1196. Currently, I'm just editing and uploading the vlog from yesterday, so by the time you're watching this video, yesterday's vlog should already be up. Please be sure to go check it out. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. So I pulled out some chicken breasts. I'm gonna try to make something. I don't know what yet, but it involves. I was gonna try to make chicken tenders, but it's like it's a whole chicken breast. They're not like in fillets, so it's just kind of a dilemma. And then I'm going to show you guys how my weight loss is coming along in the mirror, so don't be alarmed or anything, but so here it is, guys. La la la. Hopefully I can get skinnier, but I don't know. The medicine that I take, I have to take it twice. It's the Keppra. I have to take it twice a day, and it sort of causes me to have like just a hunger in excess as soon as I eat it, and that's twice a day, so every time I take one I get hungry like in excess, and it's just around the clock, so I have to be very, very careful with my diet, because if I do not, with my diet as well as like you know, making sure that like all of my fluids are like gone and drained out all the time, like constantly. I have to constantly stay hydrated with water, so because I don't eat a whole lot of food because of this whole hunger thing that my medicine gives me, so I have to drink like a lot of water. So like it kind of stays me filled up, and it gives my body like the false idea that I'm full, or you know, that I've eaten something. So yeah, and water is like really, really important to me. I have to drink a lot of water. It helps me with my dieting. It helps me with removing and flushing out the system constantly. But I just showed you guys because I feel a lot more confident. I feel like I look younger now that I've kind of lost like a bunch of, I think it was just primarily fluids, because I don't normally like tend to just put on fat. It's just not like in my, it's just not in my genetics. I was taught differently, so yeah, and previously to today, I definitely would not be confident enough at all, just because like my whole body shape was like all out of line, so yeah, and that was just due to my health. I was just like not able to kind of balance or juggle you know, what was going on with me, as well as like trying to look good. Surprisingly, I don't know if that surprises anyone, but, and my allergies are a lot, they're like about 100% better than they were before, but there's going to be, I'm always gonna experience some like itchiness or something. My skin, like I cannot touch my face. It's like it turns into fire. It turns red like instantly. I can barely touch it and it will just turn red. Yeah, that is a health condition in and of its own, so having that on top of like you know, having to just try and stay alive, and then also having like this body, like my body just being like looking like it's out of shape. Those were just like things that I was just constantly juggling. So I am using my backup phone charger at the moment because my previous one, I don't know what happened. Like I had it on the charger, and then like the battery died because it was just like going on to 1%. It wasn't really charging it. It wasn't receiving any charge, so the phone died. But then like when I went and got my backup charger from my car, which is the one that I use, like it's like my backup charger. I don't use it for anything other than in my car, because it's the backup charger. I don't like to like have just the one charger, so I have that one and I just keep it in my car, you know, for backup reasons. So I brought it up here today and I charged my phone on it, and then like immediately the phone was saying 58% charge, which is like crazy. It's like, why would it die if it was already on 58%? It doesn't make any sense. So this phone is just like crazy to me. And so right now it's on the charger, but it doesn't show that it's actually receiving any positive charge. I'm like super frustrated and annoyed by this. Not really sure what else to do. All I can say is the phone is on 58%. It just doesn't indicate anywhere. See, now it is sort of, it's saying 59%, but this is also just like some cheapo phone charger that I bought like on a whim. And so it's going up, but it doesn't say like positive charge receiving. And so like this charger is like slow, so like if I plug it in and it just like stays plugged in, it won't immediately tell me that it's charging. Like it'll take its time telling me that it's charging. So now it's showing that it's positively like receiving a charge. So it's still not like completely back to the way that it used to be, but I'm gonna work and, you know, try to do that. But there again, I am like literally probably 10 years older. So I don't know what kind of toll it's supposed to take on my body, like as far as time. I definitely look and feel younger. So I feel like, I feel like the, age that I, 10 years, I feel like 10 years younger for sure. So I feel like, I can definitely work, and like, go back to my old size or whatever size I want. And like getting fat and everything, it was just the whole, like, it was really just a whole nightmare thing that happened to me. And I feel like there's really nothing I can do to have prevented it from happening. It's just very, very circumstantial. I was very young. I was not working as a medical professional, and I had no idea, what was going on. But yeah, now I have a very, very good idea of what is going on with me medically and health-wise. So I can just, I can definitely just pick up, and just start anew, basically. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start brand new. I'm gonna change my habits completely. Like previously, like I had mentioned before, this thing had been kind of going on with me for probably a really, really long time. So I primarily was focused on something going wrong with me, and waiting for, you know, something to happen physically to me, because I never felt normal, you know, so for like a long time. So now, like, now that, you know, I have come to face with whatever that was, I can, you know, I'm learning from it, and I have learned from it, and my experience working as a medical professional, you know, it's just added to, you know, learning about myself. So with all of that in mind, I can, like, I'm pretty confident that I can, like, you know, be healthy and be positive and be, like, you know, as young as I feel, like, as young as I want to look and everything, and act, so I can pretty much still carry on like I'm a freaking, you know, 12-year-old. That was one of the reasons I joined the medical field, because, like, it was driving me up the wall, you know, like what I didn't know about myself and stuff. So getting exposed to it kind of brought back a whole lot of things in my memory, and it gave me, like, peace of mind, for sure, because I've always just been, like, an overachiever. I don't know if anybody, like, that I grew up with, like friends from elementary school or high school and stuff that I grew up with, like, were really ever able to see that in me, because my mind, like I don't know, I'm very proactive, and I don't know, I'm very, very focused. I'm very, like, I don't know the right word for it, you know, but anyways, but, like, and I am hard to relate in a sense in that way, because, you know, that was just me. Like, I didn't, like, anybody that I ever grew up with, I always tried to relate to others, but I really couldn't. It was always just myself, that I was just, like, very, very quick and everything, like, in my school, like my education and everything like that, and just, like, learning and picking up stuff. It was, like, I used to just be very, very focused and, like, learn everything. So it's just, like, it was, I don't know if it was really, really hard to relate to me or not. My mind, like the way I am, like, my personality is, like, I'm very, like, I don't know how to explain it, but anyway, it's really, really hard to explain, but I don't know, I mean, whatever, I made it out alive, that's all that matters. And that's what anybody should ever even think about anyways. Like, that's what I always used to tell myself, is, like, well, they're alive and you're alive, and, you know, that is ultimately what matters, is, you know, that you're alive, and you know, you're making whatever positive contribution to society that you think you are. And I feel like that was something that we were taught as kids, growing up, like, I don't know. As long as you're doing something positive, then you can do that for yourself, you know? That really only mattered to me. So, I guess there's explanation. So, I hate talking about this, but like, I don't know if I was like an overly selfish person at all. I was always like, being Muslim, like, it's, you know, it's supposed to be, you know, against your religion to be selfish. So yeah, I think probably I was the least selfish type of person, and that's probably bad too, and probably not something that I should tell everyone in the world, but because I don't know, I don't know, but I think everything just kind of balances itself out on its own. It's always just gonna balance out no matter what, with like any and everything. I couldn't leave that plugged in because it kept wanting to like import like whatever was on my iPhone. Just because like I have like this medical background, I'm just naturally very, very inclined to being less selfish than other people. So yeah, and it was good that like I was actually able to start, because previously I wanted to just like go straight into medical school, but like I don't know, like nobody that I knew was quite as motivated, so it just kind of put me off a little bit to go to medical school. Growing up like in high school, and you know, everybody just always wanted to be a nurse, so you know, I always had it in my mind that I was going to go to medical school, but like nobody, like no person that I grew up with was like, I'm going to go to medical school. So I was like, wow, I really can't relate to anybody. So I kind of stopped talking about it. I like stopped telling my friends about it. And then, but like, I always felt like, but then like at one point, like I felt like everybody had something planned that they were gonna go and do, that they had on the back burner that they probably didn't want to talk about, which is sort of stupid, but anyways, so I was like, well, I'm just gonna like plan this. And so, you know, I went ahead and I started like college as a pre-med, and in high school, like at least all of my teachers knew that I was just kind of going to be focused on like health professional stuff. That's why I always like excelled in like science class. But I don't know, I sort of stopped. I mean, like when I started college, I got like kind of depressed. I felt like everybody was like way younger than me, which is so weird to me. And I had moved far away from my mom when I started college, and that was also like a really huge like culture shock to me. So I actually stopped going to college, and I went back home, and I was like, let me just go ahead and regroup, and kind of learn exactly what I am going to do with my life, because at that point high school was over, you know. And I don't know, I guess I was never like a party person, but I feel like if I look back on it now, it just seems like it was just all a big party. And I don't know, I just feel like there's really nothing that I could get back, you know. I felt like that's just how it was supposed to be, so whatever, that's my upbringing. That's, you know, that's my childhood. I felt like it was pretty normal. I did everything that everyone else did, and I didn't try to go against social norms and try to do anything that wasn't socially acceptable. I guess. But then, like, as soon as college or high school ended, and I, you know, started thinking about college and stuff, which I had started to like plan to go to college like in high school. So I don't know, like I had always planned to go to college. So but then like in the middle of college I started college, and then I was like, well, this isn't really too big of a deal. But like I had separated from all of my friends that I'd grown up with, which is like high school, up until high school. After high school, like when college started, nobody like knew anybody that they went to college with. So it was just like all brand new, and I felt like I was accelerating and everything. I felt like it's gonna just be a breeze. So like I decided that I wasn't in a big rush, so I decided to just kind of take it slow, because I was literally like competing with boys, which is, I don't know if that's unusual to you, but I thought it was pretty cool. Like, I mean, that, like, you know, really, really, I would say pretty intelligent, you know, men that I went to college with, that I was like, for example, studying physics with or something, I was able to compete with them. That was a big deal to me. And the gap as to how much better I was than them was actually pretty great. And so I was like, well, I'm just gonna take it slow. I'm not in a big rush or anything. I can just, you know, screw college. Fuck college. Cause like I don't know. I feel like at the time I was like 20 years old, so I felt like I was really young. And if my dad was here, he would be like, you don't have to, you know, you don't have to go to college or anything, you know, you don't have to do anything. So I was like, well, if it's not even that big of a deal, because I was only 20 years old, I feel like I needed to like embrace life and live life and like be young. So which I tried to do, and it was just not a good idea, because, you know, if you're not busy doing something, you're probably just, that's the whole like belief and the whole like compass of things, or what do you call it, premise of things, is that like if you're not keeping yourself busy, what the fuck are you doing with your life, you know? So, and it really hit me, and that's when I just decided that I was gonna go and do vocational school and just go back to work. And then my health also motivated me more so to do this, given like competition and things like that. It just was like, let me just not, like, you know, worry about anything and just go to work. And that gave me like a lot of solace, and it gave me like a lot of it was really rewarding to me. It was the most rewarding thing to me that I'd ever done. Money was one of the positive things, but it was also like my peers and stuff. Like I look like a hero to everyone, and that feeling is like nothing else. And it just felt so natural to me. And not only that, but like it was just, I was doing so well. Like I was always just excelling. And you know, the field just kind of allowed me to like grow as a person and grow like as a person and like professionally, and it made me happy. Like that was one of the things that really made me happy. It just sort of brought back like a lot of things like to do with my dad, and like just reminded me of everything that I had always just kind of known, but it made my memory sort of work. And I don't know, I just felt like my dad. He was like a hero to me, so I felt like I could be like that too, follow in his footsteps, which was a big deal to me. It was a huge deal to me. I'm like really meticulous and artistic. I'm like really art focused, and I'm constantly thinking about what other people are thinking about. So I'm constantly thinking about other people. I'm like really just, I don't know, I guess you could say I'm like a philanthropist in a way. I just care about people a lot. I love people, man. You. I love you. The person that's watching this. I love you. I'm definitely not like a touchy-feely person though. There's a line. So, for me, I feel like saying that quote from George of the Jungle, the movie, something like all around good guy or something. I forget who it was talking about though. I don't know if it was actually talking about George the Jungle Man or if it was talking about someone else. But anyway, I can remember that movie like the back of my hand. I need to watch it again. I need to buy it. In fact, this is very difficult to obtain. I'm not sure where to get it. Probably I can get it online, you know? But I don't have a DVD player yet. The man that like does the, you know, the narrative, the narration in the movie was like saying that about a character in the movie. I forget who it was. You should watch it if you haven't seen it. It's the live action one with the guy whose name is like a girl name. Like it doesn't matter anywhere I go. If I'm in Pakistan, like Pakistani people, I'm like that. I'm like this in the States as well as in Pakistan. Like that's just, I don't know. That's just how I am with people. I don't know. It's like a good thing, or if it's like not. Probably it's supposed to be a good thing. Like I'm always really nice to people. So I don't know. Just like across the board, I'm always just like that. Like super friendly. I have a lot of friends. Okay, and I did like a lot of cleaning in here today, so I'm like super proud of myself. Super pat on the back, Sarah. This pile, I don't know if you guys can remember from before, but it was a lot bigger, and all the toys were like kind of mixed up into the garbage and stuff that I have to throw away, and dirt and the cat litter tracking and stuff. It was mixed up, so I had to separate that earlier today. It was really gross, but I did it. And then I also and then like I washed my hands afterwards because I literally had to like pull off hairs off of the cat toys, like each individual cat toy. There was like my hair and then fur all kind of just all over it and stuff, so I had to dirt. So I took all that stuff off and I made this pile of dirt, and then the toys are over there and they have to be washed, like all the ones that like I can wash, I'm gonna wash. Yes, I see you there, Prince. It's like a person sitting at the movies or something. I have to wash all of those toys. But yeah, I swept in here and I freaking vacuumed in here. As you can see, there are no dust bunnies. And there's no dust in the air. I swept in here. I emptied out that thing once. And I also did like, I vacuumed up dust bunnies in here. So yeah, there's like a lot of dust bunnies like right over here. They're just like can you see that? Where the heck did that come from? So yeah, working on trying to get that out, but it's like every time I film, the dust bunnies more somehow form, but that's just because like I'm OCD and I will spot the slightest thing that is off in the room. But yeah, and there's like a lot of dust bunnies like back here. I tried to get some of them. Obviously I did not get all of them. I definitely am not going to get all of them. There's so much. But I can actually look, and there's a huge one just sitting kind of like halfway past the slide glass door. And there was some right there, and I just like vacuumed over here and stuff, and over here, and then like I don't know, Prince found some cat fur and it was sitting over here, and I vacuumed that, and I was like, thank you for your help. And now I have a bag of trash that I need to throw away, and so I'm going to do that. Oh, and then I cleaned up the cat's litter as well, so I gotta throw that away. It's got the cat litter bag in the trash, so I have to take all of that to the trash. But as you can see, there are no more trash bags just like sitting around filled up everywhere. So yeah, and then like that's what I've been doing like the first couple hours this morning. I just like turned on the music and I was just like vacuuming up everything over here. And Jigglypuff, like you can see, like she has scratched up like this box, and so all of the excess like cardboard paper and stuff that was like coming off from what she scratched off landing on the floor, so I had to like clean up all of that and vacuum it all up, which was pretty successful. And kind of scary because I was like, that's a small like handheld vacuum. It's like how is it going to do that? But it did it. So now all this stuff is just sitting in the handheld vacuum, and I just have to like eventually I'm going to empty it, like the filter. And this is all stuff I checked everything. It all has to go into that, and then that also has to go in the trash and has to be thrown out. And once it's thrown out, I have to mop underneath it, and I have to mop there, and I have to mop in the bathroom area, and then I have to like finish cleaning up the bathroom, and I have to finish folding my laundry that I took out of the dryer and put that up. Then I have to wash my mattress protector, because I haven't done that in a while, and I have to see what else I have to wash. But that's like a huge, like up until this point it's been like a huge bulk of it. Now I'm waiting on furniture, so like I already have my bed, but there's gonna be more furniture, so I have to like do something about that. Like I have to make room for it, so I have to like move these boxes and stuff out of the way so that I can put the couch here. And yeah, so that's something that has to be done, so that'll be moved out of the way to make room for the couch. So probably this chair is going to be moved up here or something. I don't know where it's going to be moved. It's going to be moved somewhere. I'm not sure where or what I'm going to do with this chair, but because like I have this bed sitting here, like this bed frame is sitting here, and like so I can't put the chair over here either. So I don't know where to put this chair, but I have to put furniture here. So that's like one of the main things, because there's like a lot of furniture. There's like 3 pieces of furniture that are going to be coming, and yeah. And then I also, like, whenever I do make room for that, I also have to make room for the boxes or the dining table. So the boxes that are sitting where the dining table is going to go, they have to be moved somewhere as well. And there's a lot of them. There's also that medicine cabinet. I still have to throw that away. And yeah, and there's a lot of boxes and they're full of stuff. So I'm just like, I don't know what to do with them. There's like 4 boxes and they're full of stuff and there's like no room for it. So right now I'm just waiting for my TV. Like it's like a what do you call it? It's like the entertainment setup right here. I'm just waiting for that. So when that gets on first, that's gonna get on first, and then we're gonna move forward. Last and final thing that I have to do clearly is my kitchen. And this, for me, my kitchen is always a work in progress, like any kitchen for me. So after I take this trash out, I have to clean the stovetop. I also have like some dishes that I have to get done, and like that has to be cleaned up. That goes to the microwave that I was using previously, and so that has to be washed and it has to be put up. This counter, the counters have to be cleaned up as much as I can. I have to go through and organize everything, and I definitely have to clean up the stovetop, and I definitely have to clean up this counter and this. So I have some dishes that I have to do, and I have to get knobs for that. You can see the thingies are missing. I'm so pissed. I also have to go through all of the things that are in all of these cabinets and make sure that like everything is put in a nice place. They're looking nice, they're looking in order, and like I know where everything is, and everything is like nice and organized and not like out of place. So I have to do that for all of these cabinets. And then when I actually like kind of figure out how to organize all of this stuff and what do you call it? Yeah, I guess categorize everything. I actually have to go in my dishwasher and I have to empty out my dishwasher, and then I will have to proceed with putting everything from the stuff that I've washed in the dishwasher in a nice like organized spot. And yeah, then I'll have an empty dishwasher to work with, and then I can sort of start using it for like routine dishes that I have to do. But then again, I'm always gonna have like dishes to do. Like this pile needs to be washed. So, and I'm still hungry, so I'm gonna make the chicken, I guess. I don't know what I'm gonna make. I don't know if I'm gonna end up making the chicken or not. All I know is I'm hungry. I'm gonna do a walkthrough so I can show you guys like how it feels, because everything is so like nice and clear, and your girl is freaking walking around barefoot walking successful. And it's getting carby in here, so I'm gonna do two packets of ramen with just like 1 packet of the sodium. It fills me up, but like not really, you know. Not like, you know, like not, it's not like a substitute for actual food, if you know what I mean. It's just like really, really tasty and enjoyable, and it changes the palate in my mouth. It makes me happy. It's a comfort food, but I don't know how bad or good carbs are for you. Decided not to do the chicken So I put that up, and like the amount of carbs that I'm about to consume, like I haven't eaten anything. I had some walnuts earlier, I think, just like a few tiny pieces to eat. Other than that, I don't think I've eaten anything all day besides this. I think the last time that I ate was yesterday when I had ramen yesterday, and it was 1 packet with 2 eggs. So I'm gonna do 2 packets of ramen, and I think I'm gonna put 2 eggs in it. It's like nearly 10:30 or something. It's hard to go in depth with my belly. Like, I don't know why it's actually kind of protruding out like that, but it's because like I don't do any exercise. I largely rely on my metabolism to, you know, keep my weight in control, and like I like utilize my metabolism quite a bit, so I like, you know, I rely on it a lot. Why my stomach is just sort of kind of poking out like that, I don't know. I think sometimes it pokes out. There's nothing in there. It's completely soft. The only thing that like I said, it was whatever I ate yesterday, which was just like some ramen. And it's just liquid, so it's like milk and water, whatever I drink. So, yeah. And I think for me, it seems to be like really hard to actually dispel all of that. Because I am like underhydrated. So yeah, that's gonna stay there. I'm like not really the type of person to walk out or work out. I do like, I do some, I clean a lot. So that's like a large portion of my like physical activity. It caused me to have sweat, and I feel like if I'm sweating, which by the way, I'm still trying to get over, you know, whatever this thing that I had was, so that's still going on, and while that's still going on, my body still feels weak, and I still am not really able to get back to 100% where you know, doing a lot more physical activity. So cleaning a lot more, like more routinely, like I'm not gonna do that yet until I'm actually fully like 100% rehabilitated, because I can't, like it doesn't feel good, and like sweating and causing myself to lose all of this like hydration that I have, it's just gonna be bad for me. Like that's like, as far as for like beauty wise, like it's not gonna work. I have to maintain my skin, and so that's why like I have to drink and stay hydrated and like keep my body hydrated. So like I put way too much sodium in there, and that's probably the reason that like my belly is sort of out. And it's partially because I don't care. Like I'm not working out too much. And I'm just like, you know, the sodium will like hold liquid like a sponge. So I need to be watching that, but you know, it's mostly just for like chronic conditions. Like if I was gonna develop hypertension, there's no way that I would develop hypertension. I'm perfectly healthy, like 31-year-old. So yeah, it's okay to kind of go past the lines on that a little bit, but I do need to be, I am going to be like kind of reducing that quite a bit, like later on down the line. because weight loss, it's a slow process. It's not like overnight, you know, you lose 30 pounds and it's like a miracle. That is not healthy. That is really, really unhealthy and extreme. And so, yeah, in order to prevent any harm or death, not gonna do that. Gonna take it really, really slow, and I'm gonna work with the pace at which my body wants to work. There's my ramen. Again, I put less sodium or soy sauce than I did previously, but it's still not less cyst. I'm trying to get to that less cyst point, so I'm actually trying to like retrain myself on my eating habits. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna close the vlog. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys on the next vlog.